is based out of a studio in Longmont, Colorado. Act 1. Over the past few years, technology has excelled considerably from the first days of television. While there used to be box TVs and DVR sets, which are a thing of the past now, we have more advanced methods of watching our favorite shows. People use flat screens, smartphones, tablets, and my favorite, the internet, to get that weekly dose of Steve McGarrett and 5-0 or Learn to Love with the Heart of Dixie. To give you a background on television, it was started by three men with the names of Wilbur Smith, Paul G. Nipkow, and John Logie Baird. All three were inventors from different countries with one idea in mind. All three of them wanted to create a source of entertainment for the public to enjoy. In 1920, their dream came true, although it was a bit too late for them, if you know what I mean. While the general public had the chance to have a television set in their house, there were limited stockpiles and only one out of every 20,000 households in the US had a television set. Since the 1950s, TV has been one of the main sources of entertainment for houses across the globe. We asked four non-suspecting teenagers if they watched TV over reading a book ever. Here's what they had to say. So, random teenager, have you ever considered watching TV over reading a book?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's more entertaining, and I guess you can do it more, but it takes longer to read. But if you turn it into a movie, it only takes you a couple hours to essentially watch the whole book.
What about watching TV is so entertaining?
I guess there's a lot of action in it, especially these days.
So, random teenager, have you ever considered watching TV over reading a book?
Yes, I have. Well, I just like watching TV better because it requires less energy. A book, there's a lot of comprehending and thinking about what's going to go on. And I just think TV is much easier, even though a book can be fun. TV is more convenient, and that's why I like watching TV better.
What about TV is so entertaining for you?
It's more action-packed. I mean, you actually see the image. A book, you'll have to imagine that all. And so that can be an advantage, but with TV, I mean, you hear it, you actually hear it and you see it. So it feels more alive to me when I watch TV.
Hello, random teenager. Have you ever considered watching TV over reading a book?
Very many times, or a lot of times.
Why?
It's just better and easier, and you don't have to do as much. It's just easier and more fun.
What about watching TV is so entertaining for you?
The fact that you don't have to do anything, and you get more action from it. With a book you feel more, but with TV you kind of just get to experience it.
Hello, random teenager. Have you ever considered watching TV over reading a book?
A lot, yeah.
Why?
Because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to turn the pages.
What about watching TV is so entertaining for you?
I don't have to do things and... yeah.
Television, unlike what many people speculate about it, can be positive for the people of society. Many believe that television only assists to the growth of obesity, but it can also cease the growth rate through the uses that are associated through healthy watching. The positive effects of watching TV are not limited to educational programs. Kids can also learn life lessons, people can watch the news, documents on important life events can be held, and you can open kids up to foreign cultures. Let's take reality TV for example. We are drawn to it because of the appeal that movie stars and TV actors that we see every day are just normal humans like you and me. According to a study in 2009 done by the Media Effects Research Laboratory at Penn State University Park, people were drawn to reality TV shows because they liked the adventure of the shows. The people thought the shows like Biggest Loser and The Survivor pushed them to be better people. So next time that you sit down to watch your favorite show, think about why you love doing it so much. Act 2. While watching TV is favored by many people, others prefer a more traditional method of entertainment. Reading is the #1 form of entertainment, according to a survey done by Harvard University last year. Reading is a skill that every kid is taught at school. They're taught to hone those skills through their lives. Reading is a part of everyday life, whether it be the back of a cereal box or the recipe to a meal. Without even knowing it, you read over 100 to 200 different objects per day. A recent Huffington Post poll of 1,000 U.S. adults found that 28% hadn't read a single book in the past year. This can be credited to the growing age of technology. However, this is only for physical books. E-readers like Kindles, Nooks, iPads, and other tablets are used as cheaper alternatives to the usual paper and ink copy. Along with being a calm source of fun, science has shown the mental advantages to reading a good book. A study done in 2013 suggests that enjoying literature might actually help to strengthen your mind-reading abilities. This showed that by reading literature, usually nonfiction, it works a skill called theory of mind, which is the ability to read the thoughts and feelings of others. It has also been shown that it can stunt, if not prevent, illnesses such as Alzheimer's, depression, sleep insomnia, autism, and other common diseases that affect a person's everyday life. The most common issue that reading can help prevent is stress. Research at the MindLab International Research Center at the University of Sussex in 2009 showed that reading was the most effective way to overcome stress. This beat out listening to music, enjoying a cup of hot tea or coffee, or even just taking a walk. It took the study participants just 6 minutes to relax once they started reading. This is over 2 hours faster than TV and exercising combined. After looking deeper into the effects of reading, I turned to the 4 non-suspecting teenagers for their opinions on the topic of reading. Here is what they had to say. Hello again, random teenager! Have you ever considered reading a book over watching TV?
Yeah.
Why?
Sometimes it's more convenient, especially at our house, since, it's usually we watch a movie in the evening. And, we have to finish by a certain time. Sometimes it's just more convenient to read a book.
What about reading is so entertaining for you?
I like creating images in my mind, too. And sometimes books more go into more detail than the movies.
Hello again, random teenager. Have you ever considered reading a book over watching TV?
Yes, I have.
Why?
Well, a lot of times, it's called the yelling parent. Parents are like, Mason, stop watching TV all day. I'm like, well, can I read a book? They're like, yes! So I'm like, that's pretty much why I read a book.
Why is reading so entertaining for you?
Because it's the second best thing to TV. It's like, you can't imagine, you don't see it, but at least you get to imagine it.
Hello again, random teenager. Have you considered reading a book over watching TV?
Only a few times.
Why?
I don't know, TV has more action in it, like I said, and, books play it out, but TV is just more interesting.
What about reading is so entertaining for you?
Probably the fact that it carries on the story and you experience more, like, even though you're reading it, you don't get to see it, you feel more, you get more from it than you would from TV, because it explains more.
Hello, random teenager. Have you ever considered reading a book over watching TV?
Yeah,
Why?
because it's usually when we have a 12-hour drive to Oklahoma and I can't watch TV or anything, so I prefer to read a book.
What about reading is so entertaining for you?
It's interesting, and I don't have to, like, create this story myself.
Act 3. This next act is a topic that most people don't take the time to figure out. Have you ever just sat in front of the TV and realized that you weren't in that position a few minutes ago and you don't remember moving? Well, this is why the final question that we asked our 4 totally non-suspecting teenagers was, in what position do they read and watch TV in? This is what they said.
Hello again, random teenager. In what position do you usually sit or stand while reading a book?
I usually lie down. I feel that's most comfortable.
Is that it? For that?
Yeah.
In what position do you usually sit or stand while watching TV?
I usually sit down, sometimes lie down if there's enough room, but usually we watch, movies with the whole family, so there's not much room to lie down. It's more just sitting out on the couch.
Hello again, random teenager. In what position do you usually sit or stand while reading?
Well, I really like to lay down when I'm doing any of these things, so I always lay down on my couch when I'm watching TV, and I always lay down on my couch when I read a book. It's just, why would you spend the energy sitting up when you can lay down? It's much more comfortable, and it's a lot better on your back, too. When I sit up for too long, my back hurts.
Hello again, random teenager. In what position do you usually sit or stand while reading?
I usually lay down.
Why?
It's more comfortable.
In what position do you usually sit or stand while watching TV?
Same.
Why?
It's just comfortable and easier. You need to relax.
Hello again, random teenager. In what position do you usually sit or stand while reading?
I sit while reading
Why?
because it's more comfortable and I don't have as much energy as I would
In what position do you usually sit or stand while watching TV?
I'm usually lying down.
Why?
Well, just because you just have to be looking at pictures, you don't have to see words or anything, think about it as much.
Although this is a curious topic, there have been no science studies so far researching why you move while doing these activities. It could all come down to the one research group that finds the answer to this question. Thank you for joining me today on The First Take. I would like to give a special thanks to Mason Kunkel, Robert Schneller, Gabe Edgar, and Simon Quince for helping me with this project. The music for today's show was Rocky's Gonna Fly. Not Rocky's Gonna Fly Now. Gonna Fly Now, the theme from Rocky. I'm Susan Tar saying goodbye and thank you.